Now that surgery's here,
I'm really nervous because, I don't know what to expect.
and I can only trust Dr. Now.
Surgery is a pretty scary thing when it comes to heavy-weighted patients. Sometimes, during surgery, the most tragic outcomes could happen, and that's why Dr. Now likes to be extra careful. These are some of the moments when the worst outcomes happened. Renee is slowly killing herself with the amount of food she consumes every day. She is 53 years old, and she has absolutely no idea what her weight is. Making it through the night into the next day feels like a miracle. Will she get the help she needs from Dr. Now? Let's see. She starts her journey like this.
Because I know I gotta stand up and walk, and it's just hard. I stand up for over 5 minutes. I break out into a sweat and my lower back feels like there's a hot knife sticking me. Every step is painful.
Wow, thank goodness she has someone to help her get through her mornings. Renee can't have a proper bath without help because her weight makes it almost impossible to do that. Man, that's a situation no one should ever find themselves in. It's also very understandable that she can't afford not to have her bath. Not doing that would just make her situation 10 times worse. The last thing she needs now is to have her skin infected. Treating that with her weight is not going to be easy. She also feels really bad that her kids have to take care of her when it should be the other way around.
And I know I'm not really living, I'm just existing. But I never thought I would be like this. All my life I felt like I was the outcast in the family because, I had a different father than my brothers and sisters.
Ouch! A bullet to the heart is what that felt like. Renee says that till this day, she has never felt loved by her mother. Her mom had an affair with her best friend's husband, and that's how she was born. Feeling guilty about it, her mom took out all her frustration on Renee. Oh, and let's not forget the fact that she said that her mother would watch her stepdad molest her. Jeez, Renee's mom has to be the worst human being in the world. It's horrible that she allowed something like that to happen to her child. We can now understand why food was her happy place.
Junior high, I loved my size then because I was curvy. I started getting a lot of attention from boys. And when I was 15, I found out that I was pregnant with my first child.
It just keeps getting worse. Renee dropped out of school to have her first child. When she had her second child, her husband turned her into a punching bag. It got so bad that he broke her nose and it had to be operated on. Wow, Renee has been through a lot of pain. Who knew something like that existed? Apparently, Renee lost her job to an accident. The only way she could take care of her kids was to become a feedee. Basically, men on the internet would pay her to eat as much food as she could. That is just crazy.
Looking out the window at my grandkids play, that's basically it. Hey, babies. Nick, can you come open my window, please?
Ma'am?
Open my window, please.
Yes, ma'am. It hurts to see my mother missing out on life.
You know it's gotten really bad when the kid starts to cry over their parents' situation. Renee's daughter is worried that someday she might find her mom lifeless on the bed, and the thought of that happening brings her to tears. Renee needs to understand that she needs help, and let's be honest, I was actually expecting this. Renee finally agreed and took the first bold step to see the doc. They've been on the road for 2 hours, and Renee's body is starting to get into a lot of discomfort. Hopefully she's able to make it to the hospital. It's good that she wants to see the doc.
In the middle.
I want to change it. I just wanted to swear out.
Renee doesn't seem to be feeling too good, and that gets everyone worried. It was a long trip, and now her body is hurting real bad, and she is short of breath. It's so bad that they had to use a stretcher to get her into the hospital. Poor Renee. Thank heavens. She knows that it's got to change. Renee finally gets to meet Dr. Now, and her weight is 631 pounds. I love the fact that she knows she has to change. She weighs a lot, but it looks like she is ready to do better for her health.
All right, we get transport in here, and next time I'll see you in the clinic.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see you. Right now, my biggest concern for Renee is her lack of support from her family.
Wow, I can't believe this. You would honestly think her family would want to be around to help her get better. Sadly, that's not the case. This makes Dr. Now worried because Renee has made so much progress, but the fact that her family is not around her might make her go back to her old ways. You can't argue with that though. Losing 4 pounds every month is not going to get her to where she needs to be. I mean, we can't deny the fact that she's been trying all she can to lose weight.
Give out at any moment. So we have to find out what's going on with her, and we need to do that now. We have had Renee here for a couple months, and at her last appointment, she was complaining that she was not feeling well.
And and it's not been easy, but she still needs to lose the weight. Oh my goodness. I can't deny the fact that I am worried about Renee. Doctor now says that Renee was close to heart and kidney failure. That's scary. His solution now is to keep her in the hospital and put her on a controlled diet. Few months after that, something sweet happens. She finally hits the goal. Phew. Am I glad to hear that? Man, it's been a long time coming, and we can all agree that her journey has not been an easy one. But she put in the work, and now she's getting her weight loss surgery. She's probably the happiest person in the world right now.
Short period of time and keep a lot of strain off her body. So we will get her to recovery and we'll get her up soon to keep her moving around to prevent any blood clot from forming.
Karina can't stand the sight of her own body. She says that no normal person should have to look like her. She is 33 years old and she weighs over 600 pounds. Waking up every morning feels like a surprise to her because she fears that she might not wake up someday. Is she going to change for the better? Let's find out. Her story starts off like this.
And because of my weight, I feel like my body's already giving up. I have lost most of my mobility and I can't stand on my own. Because of that, I can no longer live alone. Even worse, I have to live in the middle of my parents' living room.
Wow, having to go through all of that every morning is definitely a lot to handle. Karina's room is close to the bathroom because she finds it difficult to stand up and move around by herself. Even with the bathroom being close to her, having her bath is still a challenge. Trust me, I'm also speechless. The process she has to go through before having her bath is enough to discourage her from even wanting to have a shower at all. Men, all you can do is feel sorry for her. This can't be easy at all. I wonder what happened that made her get to this level.
By moving just a few feet, I lose my breath. My life has become living hell because my weight isolates me from everything that I used to love doing. I say to myself, where is that girl that used to be happy?
That's just so sad. Karina misses the good old days when she used to be very happy with herself and her body. Now she feels trapped in her body and life just isn't what it used to be. Believe me, no one should ever have to be in such a situation. If that doesn't make you sad, you probably do not have a heart for real. Karina's mother feels guilty and blames herself for Karina's current state. She says that she was out working to provide for her kids, and that's why she didn't give Karina the attention she needed. This made Karina run to food since she had no attention from her family.
When we were growing up, I did notice that Karina loved food. She would eat all the time. She has always been a little bit heavier than normal, and as time progressed, Karina just got bigger and bigger.
Looks like it was too late for him to do anything. Karina's father explains that by the time he noticed that his daughter's eating habit was getting out of hand, he couldn't control it because she just wasn't listening to anyone. If only they had given her the attention she wanted as a child, they could have prevented all this. Karina says that her parents sent her down to Mexico to be with her aunt, and that helped her lose about 125 pounds. With her current condition, it seems like that did not last very long.
Pounds, I was falling. I couldn't keep my balance, couldn't keep my weight up because of my legs were giving out. So that's when I started being in a wheelchair. I feel that Karina is using the wheelchair as a crutch now.
Maine, that is a lot. I can't believe she had to experience something that scary. Karina had a balloon in her stomach and it helped her lose 120 pounds. Sadly, she had a bad accident and this made her fall back into her old habit of eating a lot. Wow, now I understand what she meant when she said that she feels like a burden to her parents. Karina's parents have to do almost everything for her. She can't stand for long, so they are always there to take her everywhere she needs to go. At least she has sweet parents who want to be there for her.
I keep snacks, like hidden away from my family to see. Usually I hide my stash in the recliner. Chocolate is very irresistible for me. I want it all the time. And that's the pizza. Hello. Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
Wow. Let's be honest, that amount of food is enough breakfast for a family of 5. Karina really needs to stop eating this much. The crazy thing is that her parents know she eats a lot, but they have no idea she eats this much. It's a good sign that she knows she needs help. Karina's problem is that she knows that her eating habit is bad, but the fact that she can't do anything about it makes her eat even more. Hopefully, this is what she needs to make her turn her life around.
But this is something I just have to do no matter what. Before everyone is finished, I was gonna say, there's a doctor in Houston who might take me for weight loss surgery.
Really? How do you find out about him?
Online.
Am I glad to hear that? Karina brings up the topic of her wanting to see a doctor about her weight. She was skeptical because she thought her family wouldn't approve, but to her surprise, they actually want to help her, and they don't like driving all the way to Houston. I love that. Karina also goes on to say that she has tried many things to lose weight, and after everything, she ends up adding more weight to her body. It makes her nervous because she feels like seeing the doc would go the same way as her precious attempts. Hopefully, that's not the case.
I can't do it.
Okay, since you're having trouble with this one, we're gonna try and see if we can get you to stand on that one, okay?
Okay. I am so embarrassed. I can't even stand up without something to hold on to.
That's a lot of weight. Karina is finally at the hospital. She checks her weight and apparently the scale reads 631 pounds. Sadly, it's higher than what she was hoping her weight would be. But it looks like the doc was not so hard on Karina. It's her first time, so things went pretty smoothly. Doctor now wants her to lose 40 pounds within the next month. Will she be able to do that? Because let's be honest, Karina is definitely having a hard time. It's been a few weeks since Karina saw the doc and things have not been going really well. Her sister is frustrated with the fact that Karina is not taking her weight loss seriously, and this makes her sad.
How to tell me I have lost the weight that I needed to and that he would accept me as a patient for surgery. But I'm a little nervous that I won't be able to stand up onto the scale. He already said I make excuses.
Wow, she actually did. It looks like her sister was just overreacting after all. Her second appointment with the doctor now, and Karina meets the target the doc wanted her to meet. That's very impressive. The big news then hits, and I can't lie, it's the best news ever. Karina has worked so hard, and she finally gets approved for her surgery. Man, it's good to see that even her parents are proud of how much effort she has put into getting better. Good one, Karina.
It was a little bit struggle because of her size and her stomach, but we were able to complete the sleeve gastrectomy on her. The surgery today will help Karina to stay on track for the long term.
Liz hates herself because she allowed her weight to get out of hand. Liz can't even get out of bed without the help of her aunt. She's 34 years old, and I am telling you, her weight is through the roof. Will she be able to get better? Or is this the end of the line for her? I guess we'll find out. Liz's story begins like this.
I've been bedridden for years, and I have these 4 walls to look at, and that's it. I know it's gonna be the same thing every single day. It feels as though my life is wasting away. I can't even go sit outside can't do nothing. And if it wasn't for my aunt, I don't know how I'd even survive.
Wow, even her aunt says that Liz's life at the moment is nothing short of complete torture. Liz has not left the 4 walls of her room and has been bedridden for years. Her aunt basically does every single thing for her. I honestly can't imagine what Liz would do without her aunt in her life. And if we are being honest, her aunt is doing something most family members won't dream of doing. As much as she doesn't like that Liz is this big and she has to bathe her every day, she still cleans her tears and helps her out. If Liz gets better, she has to give her aunt the world.
No, I gotta have help on this side. Let me go get some help. I didn't think that I would hit rock bottom at 35 years old. It's devastating. I hate myself because I allowed myself to get this size.
Damn, I am genuinely speechless. Liz needs at least 2 people to help her have a proper bath. Wow, you can understand why she cries anytime she thinks about her situation. It's honestly devastating that she and her family have to go through this. Oh, and let's not ignore the fact that her aunt even said the food that Liz consumes can feed her entire family, and that scares her. The sad part about it is that the only thing that stops Liz from feeling sad and depressed is food.
It was just harder. And some of my best memories as a child was going places with my dad. We could be going to the corner store. I just wanted to be with him. So despite my setback, I remember my early childhood.
That would definitely have broken her as a child. Liz remembers the happy times she had with her father as a kid, but all that changed when she was molested at the age of 6. It put her in a very horrible situation as a child, and the worst part was she could not tell anyone about it. It's honestly not a surprise. Liz's dad and mom got separated because her father developed a drug addiction. This broke her into so many pieces because her dad was her favorite person, and she could not handle the fact that she was never going to see him again.
And that's when I started developing lymphedema on my legs. So that started making it even harder to get around. And that's when my weight really spiraled out of control. Because when I was 25, my mom got sick and I almost lost her. She had double pneumonia.
Talk about someone having a painful and traumatic upbringing. Liz has been through so much. Her mom got so sick she almost lost her life. She scaled through the illness but has been on dialysis ever since. The only way Liz could cope through all that was to eat. But then again, I couldn't be any happier hearing that from Liz. Her mother is scared that she might have to bury her child, and she doesn't want to lose her baby girl. It's good that Liz finally understands that she needs help. Hopefully, Dr. Now is able to help her with her situation.
Now because I have severe case of lymphedema.
Well, lymphedema is a separate problem. Your weight and calorie intake is another issue.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, your situation does sound very dire, so I need to see you.
Finally, everyone gets to smile. Liz reaches out to Dr. Now and explains to him her current condition. He tells her that he is going to send an ambulance down to her house to come get her and bring her to the hospital. Seems like her aunt is happy that she's finally going to get the help she needs. I love when Dr. Now tells his patients the plain truth. Liz makes it to the hospital, and the doc gets her to understand that she's too young to weigh so much, and if she's not careful, she might be dead before she's 40 years old.
All right, Liz, you're 575. Excellent. So you essentially lost 146 pounds.
Not just miraculous, miraculous thing, but it's a start.
Well, you're doing great.
Dr. Now is happy with the fact that she has been complying with the program so far. The only problem now is that Liz might not be able to get her legs up because she hasn't moved her muscles for years. But so far, Liz has been pretty unstoppable. Liz has done so well, and the doc says it's finally time for her to have her lymphedema removed. Liz had not seen her mom in a long time, and when they see each other before surgery, it feels like two best friends seeing each other after such a long time.
And it could be a month or 6 months, but her time will run out soon. You need to work hard and do this, Liz.
Oh, okay.
And if you hit this goal, I'll approve you for weight loss surgery.
Oh.
Sound good?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. I'll see you later.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Well, she isn't wrong though. This is her only chance to make things right with her health. Liz finally gets the go-ahead to head home and try to continue her healing. Hopefully she is able to start walking in a couple of weeks.
So there is no point of sending you home with any goals because you're not going to hit it. And this next time, that will likely kill you. We have to fix this and we have to do it quickly. So I'm putting you on a controlled diet again because you don't have any time to waste in your condition.
Maybe the doc shouldn't have allowed her to go home. Apparently, Liz has not lost weight and still can't walk on her feet. She's adding weight, and her family is helping her do so. Dr. Now is not pleased with the situation, and he doesn't hide it. Finally, it seems like Dr. Now's scolding worked. Liz has put so much effort into getting better, and the doc sees that. He approved her for weight loss surgery, but tells her that she has to go even harder after the surgery. Proud of you, Liz.
So this will help Liz to work to control her compulsion to eat. All right, we're done. All right, Liz's surgery went very well. We'll get her to recovery, and then we're going to send her home soon.
Sadly, Shawn eventually died a few years after appearing on the show, but his inspiring story of overcoming his eating demons will inspire anyone. When he first came on the show, he weighed an incredible 900 pounds, which makes him one of the heaviest men to have ever lived. It also made his morning routine hell on earth. Here is how his story began.
See that unwillingness. If you were serious, you make changes. He looked like he put another 100 pounds on. He may be approaching 1,000 pounds.
Every day I wake up and have to face the reality.
For a mother to have to bathe, feed, and clothe her child at that age is depressing. But she has to because Shawn has no help from anyone. Shawn is so big that cleaning him alone is a very huge chore. It is also a really disgusting chore. It is so bad that he cannot even go to the restroom properly, and his mom and her helper have to clean his backside for him.
It's time to shake, Mom.
Okay, we're almost done. 2 seconds, okay. Let me get this corner down. All right, you should be good, honey. There you go. Okay, good job. Okay.
I'm a prisoner. All I want is out.
It is clear that Shawn wants out of this condition, but does he want out enough to abandon the one thing that is contributing the most to his weight gain? Does he want out enough to abandon food? Wow! Apparently, Shawn cannot control his appetite and lives with his mother, who enables him. But at least he has the strength to go and see Dr. Now and find out if he can get weight loss surgery. However, Dr. Now, as anyone would expect, is not so pleased with the situation at home.
Okay, you don't want to go any further. I will examine you here.
I've had to do more in the last 20, 15 minutes than I've had to in a while.
Shawn is throwing a little tantrum because he's uncomfortable in his wheelchair.
Dr. Now already knows Shawn's problems. He says that Shawn is probably eating up to 20,000 calories a day, and his mother is the one bringing him all that food. And while Shawn is in the wheelchair, he has an accident. And this means exactly what you think it means. So how will his home situation change? Dr. Now asks him to lose 100 pounds by their next meeting, and Shawn says he will do his best to do that, but his best is clearly not enough.
Shawn is so big right now, he cannot make it to the waiting room door. He's worse off now, and he looked like he maybe put another 50 to 100 pounds on. Yeah, your edema is getting much worse. At this point, he may be approaching 1,000 pounds.
His case is truly pathetic. Dr. Now knows that his case is extremely bad, so he takes matters into his own hands by admitting him into the hospital immediately. In the hospital, it was easy to control his diet, and after 2 months, he has lost a lot of weight. But do they make those changes they say they want? Dr. Now wants him to lose 100 pounds within a month, but does that work? Well, the next time he comes to the hospital, he is complaining about some chest pain. Dr. Now thinks something is fishy, and then he pulls his best move yet. And what's that? His ability to manipulate his way. Dr. Now gives Shawn an ultimatum of 2 months and says he should not come back if he has not lost 150 pounds in those 2 months. Will Shawn do it? Well, your mind will be blown by what actually happened. Believe me, this is the end of the line for Shawn.
6:36, cutting it close, but you did it. So we're going to approve you for surgery.
Yeah, it's been a hard journey, but it's well worth it.
I'm proud of you. I'll see you later, okay?
No problem.
All right.
I can't believe it.